Welcome back to the Rockhound Podcast. This week, just us celebrating our 1,000 subscriber milestone. Karen, if you do the honors of welcoming us in.
Sure. A warm welcome to all of you guys for tuning in tonight to the renowned 1,000 subscriber strong Rockhound Podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we're interested in what you're up to. So let us know in the comments what you're doing and where you're tuning in from. And I'm Karen from Ozone Adventures on the very warm and lovely Central Oregon coast. Next.
My name is Kurt with Rock.Hounding.Adventures out here in Western Colorado, where it's rainy and sunny. So
and sunny and rainbow. What?
I'm Rob. My channel is Pirate Craft Time, and I am in Montana trying desperately to keep my head above water at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll talk about that. It's been crazy over here. I'll talk about that.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's been nuts.
And I am Kyle with World of Rockhounds, and that is our introductions. Karen, shoutouts.
Right. So the shouts from last week. Oh wait, we weren't on last week. So there's no shouts from that. You have to retract that shout. So we did have a show the week before that. Going back in time, we had Chris from Rooted Rockhound, Ruth Botress Rooted Rockhound. And so thank you for being on the show. That was a blast. And Chris was thanking us back in the comments. So I'm going to start with him. And so I'm going to thank him again. So we're actually on an endless loop of thank yous.
Your move, Chris.
Right?
Sorry.
I like it. Cynthia Foss was answering the question that came up about which hand you predominantly use. And really quick, are you a righty or a lefty, Rob?
Very, very, absolutely right-handed. Like I can do literally nothing with my left hand, to the point where my right arm is actually bigger than my left hand, because this hand is basically useless.
It's like a shriveled vestige.
Yeah, it's like atrophied. Yeah.
Okay. And Kurt, how about you? Because you weren't along for that interesting exploration either.
I'm right-handed, but I kind of left-handed as well. Like I can kind of draw, I can bowl with my left hand, and pick up rocks and
pick up rocks.
Yeah. I can hold rocks with my left hand.
But if I try throwing a rock, I can throw far with my right hand, and it will just be like 2 feet in front of me with my left hand. It just
spike the ground. Yeah.
Yep.
It's usually how it goes.
Alexis is left-handed, but she's like scarily ambidextrous. It's alarming.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of where the exploration went, was like ambidexterity, or is it, predominant?
I think left-handed people are more likely to be ambidextrous just because society tries to retrain them to be right-handed.
Yeah, they're like scissors. I can't find any.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So she was voting in for her right-handedness, but she said that she does a lot with both hands, and that was kind of I'm with you, Kurt. Like sometimes I'll find a tool in my left hand and I don't even remember like handing it over, or I'll just like be
there.
Yeah, I'll be so like a paintbrush. I'll be painting with my left. I'm not left-handed. Wait,
I can't relate to that.
Yeah,
my left hand is basically a holster, and that's it.
Have you ever noticed, or like, has this ever happened to y'all? Like, let's say you're writing or doing something with your right hand, then you look over your left hand, and your left hand is like formed exactly the same way as your right hand, but you're not like doing anything with it.
Yeah, totally. It's like the mirror of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody does that, right?
Yeah, I just gesticulate with my left hand while whatever I'm doing.
Okay, we'll be watching for that, and we'll see what closed caption does with your gesticulations.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Cynthia, for your vote there. Alice in Minerland addressed the color blindedness. That came up last episode too. It really was an interesting conversation. You guys need to go back and check that out if you haven't yet. She was saying that it was Chris's superpower. So the color blindness helps him to see differences in contrast and textures better. Like he can see snakes moving, when they're blending in because of all the colorful stuff. Like, and I thought that was interesting. Are either of you guys colorblind by any chance?
No, I am not. And color matching was a big part of my job before my shop, so I would have been in big trouble.
Same with you, Kurt, right?
Yeah, I've always done custom framing, which is playing with the range of colors. I've never had any issues with it. Now, like I've taken colorblind tests to see like how, like I can tell, like I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just gonna be quiet. Just never mind. My mind's going in all the ways with colors right now. I'm just like, just stop, Kurt.
I'm imagining that you have the vision of like a mantis shrimp, that you see like 15 different extra colors.
16 color codes.
I can tell like 15 different shades. Like if you give me like 2 ranges of colors, I can break down the ranges. But so I don't think I'm colorblind. But it's really hard to work with somebody. Like when someone comes in, like when someone would come in colorblind, and they wanted me to frame their art. It was so hard because their red was a completely different red than like the normal red or blues or whatnot. So that's been tricky, but I'm not colorblind.
Yeah, you're like, trust me, this looks better. Let me do my job.
Yes.
All right.
Please.
Right on. And so that was Alice in Minerland. Thank you. Great film. Voted for the blue sticker on the truck, Kyle.
The blue sticker is on the truck.
Well, there you go. Whomever that is definitely had a psychic power there. And nice work, she said to Mary Beth about the awesome t-shirt that you are wearing. So rocking it. Currently rock hounding, wanted to know when the house party and rock sale was going to be at Kyle's house.
Honestly, I considered doing it this week until I got sick.
Aw, yeah. So let us know so that we can come crash that thing. Yeah, and plus we're supposed to have a heat wave this weekend, so that might not be the best timing.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna have Theo weather in Oregon, like 90 degrees.
It's so all over the place right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, people in Oregon melt though. Like
yeah.
Montana's
skin is basically leather by the time summer rolls around.
You're jerky if you were raised here.
Yeah, pretty much. It's fine. Like you can literally tell if someone's from Montana, Wyoming, or the Dakotas based off of the kind of tan they get. Like if you go to Florida and you see that like golden tan, yeah, Montanans are just different shades of brown red.
Yep. All right. So also he was thanking us for sharing the books. I think we have a few more entries this week. So
I have a big book.
Very happy. Yeah. Like
really big
there's
book.
A cliffhanger.
It's the biggest of books.
Wait and see. Right. Michelle Stanton saying hi from Ontario, Canada, and extended the invite to Chris to come up to Canuckland. She also missed Kurt and Theo.
I'm here.
They're back.
I'm back.
If you didn't notice, they are with us now.
I have returned.
And we're both wearing blue.
We are. Yeah.
Yeah, we did not get that email, guys.
Now you should be lucky I wore a shirt at all.
There we go. Touche. All right. Lisa Larjon, 45, missed Kurt and Theo too. Aww. She was also commenting about her dominant side, and hers has changed because she had a stroke, and her right side is paralyzed. That was her dominant side. So she's a lefty now. And I was thinking, wow, that's a whole nother level of intriguing because the neurology of rewiring. And have you guys ever like broken a limb or something where you had to like brush your teeth or do something with your non-dog?
I never really broken a bone before, but I have issues every now and then where I have issues with my wrist and my fingers go numb. And so I had one time where it went to my thumb on my right hand, and it kind of put me out for a couple days, maybe about a week. So I was very limited on what I could do. It sucked. It sucked a lot.
So it was really hard to put on your makeup and stuff?
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining, like trying to draw on the crayon. Or shaving would be a thing, but you just pass.
You just wait.
Pass on shaving.
I was gonna say, look at Kurt's luxurious beard right now and tell me he's shaved in the last week.
That's amazing.
No.
What shampoo do you use, man? All right.
Special conditioner.
Top secret.
What?
Beautiful mane you have. All right. So we digress, or I at least do. So let's see. City Rock Hounding, Julie McKenna, Scott Lambright, Ivan Lopez, Tarnished Viking, Blaine Squirrel Rocks, we the people, and all y'all in the chat, you fabulous lovelies. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for enjoying. And them's the shouts. Goodness gracious.
Thank you.
They're getting
Karen.
longer. They're getting longer.
one day we shall just make the shout show.
Right? Yeah. It'll get to the point where it's just like the first
just
hour.
Talk about the last one. Yeah.
That's
all we ever do. Sorry.
Do the shouts every Thursday before the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, our bad.
Put on some inspirational music. Doing the shouts.
Yeah.
But you've been gone since we were gone last week. How was everyone's last 2 weeks? Who would like to go first? We'll give Karen a break. We'll go with you, Rob. Oh, Kurt. We'll go with Kurt.
Me?
How was your last 2 weeks?
They've been good. We've gone out on some nice, beautiful hikes because the weather has been nice for once. It's gets cool at night, but during the day it's been between mid 70s to mid 80s, and a couple days at the 90s. But we want those days to stay away from the 90s. But I've gone out on some rock hunts, so I'll have some rock hounding hunts coming up soon, and been tumbling a bunch of rocks, and been trying to come up with some fun ideas, which I need to talk to you guys about later. I'm going to send y'all each individual messages for about a video idea that I have.
Polishing rocks with your feet.
And, huh? What?
Polishing rocks with your feet.
Say that again?
Polishing rocks with your feet.
I can't understand you.
No, we don't.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I heard it, man.
You said you wanted a video idea. Polishing some rocks with your feet.
Oh,
Polishing
okay.
rocks with
Sorry,
your feet.
you were like, when you're saying polish rocks with your feet, it was all slurring together as one word. And I was like, what?
That's how I roll.
Yeah.
You can shoot sharpen.
So for one idea, I was thinking, and we've all done black light at night with rock, but okay, except for Theo.
Me neither.
I have like a really bad black light, so we haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
But we
half
will
of us
soon.
have not. Yeah.
It's on the list.
But if I can find my freaking flashlight, I don't know where it is right now. Found the battery charger for it, but once I can find the flashlight, I'm gonna try and do a black light cutting video at night. The neighbors may be a little pissed with me, but
It's summer.
Yeah,
People can handle it.
and
Yeah.
it gets dark. It starts getting dark like around 9:30
Mhm.
ish. So like, not a big deal. It's like 11, and it's
Yeah.
nighttime.
Yeah.
And
do it on the
hopefully
weekend.
there's no HOA
exactly.
rules against that.
Are you?
You
an
don't want
HOA?
HOA game coming after you.
Hey, it's gonna be nighttime all the lights off in the entire house, but a loud freaking noise coming from somewhere in the neighborhood.
They'll think a murder is going on.
You just gotta work
Some
quick.
dude talking to himself.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, I've just been kind of playing with rocks like normal.
Sweet. Well, thank you for sharing your last 2 weeks. Monsieur Rob, what do you got?
The last 2 weeks have been chaos. So, it's finally warming up. Summer finally decided to show up. So it's been like ranging from low 70s to high 90s, and it's been all freaking over the place. Like it was 96 today. It's going to be 72 tomorrow, and then back up to 91 later in the week. 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Alexis and I went to Bear Canyon and did some scouting and found some fantastic stuff for a return trip with Kate and hopefully Montana Rock Mom and 406 Findings. I'm hoping for Monday. So yeah, that'll be awesome. That video will be coming out soon. And then last week we went to the Butte area to look for quartz crystals, found some amazing stuff, and then met up with friend of the podcast, Captain Cortez and Ragnar Rocks.
Oh my
I
god.
saw that.
Over at Crystal Park.
Nice.
And dude, oh my god, I felt so bad because I mean it's like every other year in June. It's like nice 70s, comfortable over there. When we went to Crystal Park on Tuesday, it was 31 degrees and there was 7 inches of snow.
No way.
Wow.
We literally only were there for probably an hour because the digging you can't look for float, so you don't know where to set up. The ground is harder than normal. Like you can't really pick up the small stuff because you're wearing gloves to keep your hands warm. So yeah, and then after that, he was planning to come to Billings to hopefully look at the Yellowstone. Well, here's the thing about the Yellowstone. We're currently experiencing what they're calling a 1 in 500 year flood. It literally broke the current recorded record for flow rate and height. In Billings, it crested 15 feet, which is
Wow.
insane. Bridges destroyed. Yellowstone National Park shut down because roads were destroyed, and I mean destroyed. I don't know if you guys saw that footage or not. Like gone.
Yeah, crazy.
People with farmlands like gonna be getting government funding basically to reimburse their losses. Like houses literally swept away by the river. Like it's been insane. Absolutely insane. The previous record for a flow rate was like 50,000 cubic feet per second, and then this year it was 80,000.
That's nuts.
Just insane. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good for rock hunting this fall. I'm so mad because
too soon.
Too soon. There's 2 sites that I was so excited to do this summer, and I can't go to either because one of the roads got destroyed, and the other place, the bridge literally got swept away. Like
Whoa.
gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and it's like a huge bridge too. It's not like a little dinky little bridge. Like it's a massive bridge just gone.
That's crazy.
It's been nuts over here. Like I've never experienced it. So yeah, we left 80 degrees in Billings to go hunt for crystals in 40 degrees. And then the next day we were walking around on snow, and then we came home to high 80s and like the highest I've ever seen the river ever.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, it's the last 2 weeks have been weird.
Yeah. Crazy.
But our hunts were awesome. They were lots of fun. And yeah, we'll be getting back out on Monday.
Yay.
Woohoo. Well,
I'll see. Maybe. I was going to say, I'll see if Alexis can send me some pictures and videos of the river because we were taking footage on our way back. But she is actually not here right now, and I don't know when you're going to be needing those pictures by tonight. So I might not be able to provide those. But if I can, here's a little slideshow. If not, disregard what I'm saying.
I'll play it there. I'll write down the time just in case.
Yeah. I mean, if not, just like put placeholder stock images of cats. Butterflies.
Good idea.
Yeah.
In a pinch, it always works.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that has pretty much been my week. 2 weeks.
Well, thank you for sharing your 2 weeks, and I'll give Karen a little bit more reprieve from doing their shouts. My last 2 weeks, oh my gosh, let me think here. Last week, I went rock hounding up in past Sweet Home, Oregon, in the Quartzville area for some pyrite crystals, and went pretty good. I think also last. Wow, I'm spacing a lot of things right now. Anyway, so yeah, I went rock hounding.
Good.
I kind of cleaned up around the rock pile out back, got rid of a lot of the weeds, and I meant to actually post a video of what River put into a container, because when I did, Mom's at work, and so I figured, I need to get some stuff done around the house. So I was wanting to get all the weeds and stuff away from the rock pile, so I just put an empty square container in the lawn, and I go, all right, go put rocks in the container, and like she's just putting like various rocks in the container, and actually made a quick video of like what she put in there. She put some nice stuff in there.
Daddy's girl.
Yep. It worked out though. She actually put, I don't know, she probably filled about a third of the way full. Like she put a lot of rocks in there. And then this week, I was doing pretty good because River got sick, and then so we had her home Monday, and so I stayed with her. And then Tuesday, I went rock hounding. I felt fine. The moment I got back, let me back up. Okay, so my eyes did feel a bit sore before I left, but it was like a weird tired sore. Like it was weird. But I got back, and the moment I got back, showered, relaxed a little bit, because I went and rock hounded for some Ozone crystals. So 2.5 hour drive. Left early, came back, and the sick hit me like a sack of bricks. Like everything hit me just all at once. I'm like, this sucks. So Wednesday and today, Thursday, I've spent most of my time in bed. And so I'm hoping that I feel a bit better tomorrow and before I start my new job next week. But yeah, it's been rough. And I have a bunch of projects that need to get done, and they're not getting done. They're just sitting there. But the plus side is I have videos already pre-uploaded for the next few weeks to kind of make up for anything that may happen between now and then, so I don't have to worry about stressing to make a video for the week. Like it's already been uploaded. So there's a plus side in everything.
Oh yeah.
I think that was it. I will say that the Ojite video part won't be out until like beginning or mid July, because I may have to move some videos around, because like I said, I've had a lot of videos uploaded already. Like I have enough to last me I think 4 weeks.
Nice.
Which is nice. I think ever since I started doing this to stay up ahead, I've been staying ahead. So it's been fingers crossed. I have not been this far in advance, for this long. It's been great.
That's what I call rainy day situation. Like when you're sick, like right now, and you don't want to record anything. That's like your break.
Yeah, it's insurance. Is. But so I still have a few videos on my phone and on my laptop. I still have to edit too. So I have some material backup footage, so I can edit too. So that should add a couple more weeks onto the queue. But yeah, so right now it's just waiting for my my body to get back up to where it needs to be, so I can get back in the shop and get to work. I will kind of say there's a little bit of spoilers. I don't know if I really told a lot of people, but I got my obsidian back. I shipped it out, and I will share it when it comes out, but there's going to be another YouTube channel that's going to be doing an unboxing of the fire obsidian, and they're looking to have it released next Tuesday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Birthday present.
All right, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it turned out. And they were kind enough to when they sent it back, they actually sent a couple pieces of obsidian that they previously shown on an earlier episode. And I told them that I'll probably polish it and do a video on it, and so they can have a kind of before and after. So I'm looking forward to that.
Sweet. So are we.
But that was my last couple weeks. Karen.
Yeah. Well, we hope that you feel better for sure. And my week, 2 weeks went by so fast. I feel like I didn't even have a chance to sleep. Like, what? Weren't we just doing this podcast like yesterday? Yeah, I know Theo totally understands that one.
Definitely. Yeah.
I just finished this one pot of coffee.
Yeah.
My mom's been here, and so it has been like nonstop hanging out with her. That was my words of wisdom like 2 weeks ago, is just like grab it while you can. And so we've been doing stuff. She's almost 80, so we didn't get to go rock hounding this trip, although I think she's going to be able to get up and go next trip. And so that's something that we were kind of queuing up. We were watching people's videos and stuff, which was really fun. But we did have a chance to do some cutting and some polishing, and I have a new toy. So we got to take that out of the box and give that a whirl. So that's going to be on the show and tell. So definitely stay tuned for that. And the other bit of pandalarium in the house was Mom came and got to experience these weeks with the puppies, and the puppies have changed. Yeah, a lot since you guys saw them on the podcast last. They grow so fast. They're fully functional Death Stars now. And so I'll definitely bring one for the show and tell a little bit later in the podcast. And just cleaning up after those wonderful little like fluffy objects absorb the rest of my time of the 2 weeks. And so that's pretty much the crazy blur that I've been living these last 14 days. And that's it.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Well, as some of you might know, we have reached our 1,000 subscriber milestone for the podcast here.
Woo!
Yeah. Woo! I'd be more excited if I wasn't feeling sicky.
Oh, but look at how festive that looks.
I can't remember if that shows up like in video or not.
I know.
We'll
I was hoping it does. I really hope it does. I'll
It's
just
a
keep
mirage.
doing
Karen's
this the whole
just
time.
tripping.
If that little
I'll just
part,
keep doing it.
if the party hat doesn't show up, like I will add something in.
Okay, good.
Save my
Every time it goes away while we're talking about this, I'm just going to keep it. So people know it's festive.
Yeah, those of you who have been with us this whole time, like, wow, thank you so much for seeing us through to 1,000. We've had some fun milestones. This is a really big one. And those of you that are new, thank you so much for helping us get to that 1,000. Tell us in the comment what your favorite moment is. Like, out of all of these like different podcasts, I would love to hear people's favorites. Like, what crazy thing did we say or do? I mean, obviously Kurt coming in sideways has to be one, just like my new favorite thing. Yeah, any celebratory remarks that you'd love to share with us would be great.
What? How did you do that?
What did I do? I don't know what I did.
He doesn't know.
Now because his screen is still sideways, the avatar just keeps doing it. There we go.
Also confused.
Sorry, I was trying to get I saw Theo have like a little party thing up on his screen. I was trying to do that.
Oh, it's talking. It's even talking.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Like it's moving its lips when you speak.
I don't know what's going on.
It's not at all creepy. Yeah.
Look, can we just stay this way for the rest of the podcast? I'd be fine with that, and we should just like not really acknowledge it for the rest of the time. To act like it's totally normal.
Oh my gosh, what just happened?
So anyone that comes into the middle of the premiere is going to be like, "What is happening?
Why?" Yeah.
Hold on. How did I do this?
Yeah. Print
I
the
wish
heck
you
out
knew
of
how you
that
did-
screen.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Now I need to figure out how to do that. I think it's a phone thing. I don't think you can do it if you're on a computer.
I think it's a certain phone thing because I know we tried this once when we had Wild Kyle, and I could not figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Kurt, what kind of
I
phone
can
do you
do
have?
this.
What's up?
What kind of phone do you have?
iPhone 8. It's old.
That'd be why. iPhone. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't have an iPhone.
Don't
Me
have an
neither.
iPhone? What?
Samsung all the way.
It's an animal that only lives in an iPhone. Yeah.
I have a garbage like $70 LG but I do have a Google Pixel 6 that I haven't activated yet for no apparent reason.
I know you've talked about it before, and we're all so excited.
Yeah. I don't know why I still haven't activated it. I've had it since Christmas.
What month is it?
One day we'll get
Open
there.
your Christmas present.
We'll get there before the 1 year mark. Well, I mean, I paid for the thing in full, so it's not like it was a Christmas present to myself, I guess.
Oh.
So, but still, it's a way
yeah,
like
it is.
leagues nicer phone than the one I have.
Kurt's
It's a
festive now,
phone
too.
that can shoot in 4K, so I don't know why I'm not using it.
Yeah, get on that.
Yeah.
So one thing.
Sorry. Anyway, I didn't mean to derail there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're off.
I mean, that's fitting on the 1K episode, though.
Yeah.
So I did.
This is why you're here, right? This is what you stayed for?
If you are here, yeah, you obviously wanted that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people are going to want to really hear the story of my first experience dropping at number 2 in the wilderness at Glass Butte.
The wilderness deuce drop. Yeah, we want to hear it.
I mean, I don't know if you guys want to hear it now, or if people want to wait until like I can like speak a little bit better to tell the
Leave it
story.
in the comments.
We could.
Vote
I
in
was
the
gonna say
comments.
we could leave it and do an entire story time episode.
Yeah.
So I was
Let's do
thinking,
that.
I was thinking about this the other day. I thought it'd be really funny to do almost a reenactment of like certain parts.
That one.
Just not out in the actual woods.
Wait.
But I'm also like, I don't think I can really do that. Like, I don't know. But yeah.
Hey man, I made a full length commercial. You can do
That's
anything.
true. Yeah.
Don't forget your roll. Your toilet paper roll. A story
Okay,
about.
maybe I do want to see the reenactment, and maybe
Yeah.
there can be stickers.
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Doodles.
need that.
But yeah, so let us know in the comments if you are really really want to hear that story, because if you guys really want to hear it, I'll tell it. I said I would.
All right, we'll be taking a tally next week in the shouts. So don't forget to leave it in the comments. Yep.
That was the first time for everything, and it was definitely a trial and error process on my end.
Ooh, error on your end. Oh.
I don't want to overthink the logistics.
Well, put it this way: at
Leave it,
Grass Butte,
leave
there's
it.
not that many trees, and when
Yeah.
where we were at, we're on top of a hill.
Was
So,
there witnesses?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought that's where you were going.
It's hard to know though. It's very wide open at Glass Butte, and you know that there's a lot of people there at any given time, even though it seems like there's nobody.
Oh, I saw, and in the distance, I saw that there was a van driving in the opposite direction. But it was far enough away, I don't think they would be able to see me. But at the same time, I don't know.
Objects appear closer in the mirror.
Yeah.
So.
Could you imagine just be like, oh,
Those things are freaking telescopic.
What the?
where's this
It's like
van at?
60 meters.
Oh man. Could you imagine like going home? It's like, man, you wouldn't believe what I saw today at Glass Butte. We're never going back there again.
Nah.
Oh man. Anyway.
Where do we even go from there?
I was like, yeah, it's like celebration for 1K. We're just like totally off subject. It's fine.
Yeah, any segue will do.
Yeah.
At this point.
It's kind of one of those things. Well, anyways, this episode is brought to you by Charmin.
Yeah. Any sponsor.
But yeah, I mean, 1,000 subscribers, that was kind of a big thing.
The first major milestone.
Well, because the biggest thing was, like, for the longest time, they made it so where channels could not use the community or unlock the community tab until they reached 1,000 subscribers.
I remember.
And
I remember those days. It sucked.
And they decided to lower the goal for them. I think it was they lowered it to what, 500?
Yeah.
I think so.
I like them lowering the bar.
It makes it nice that people have a chance to post pictures or post like polls before that big milestone, so they can try to grow their channel.
Yep.
So even though we didn't have 1,000 subscribers then, it was still nice that we were able to unlock that feature. Even though we haven't really used it a lot of the time, but it's still nice to have that option just in case. But yeah, 1,000 subscribers.
There's another magical thing that we can do with 1,000 subscribers. But I think that maybe that might have to be a surprise, and you'll have to tune in before the episode premiere to find out what else you can do when you have 1,000 subscribers or more, if it's unlocked. Do you guys not know?
I have no idea what you're
I
referring
have
to.
no idea what you're talking about.
I think I'd be confused.
Yeah, you can do a trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You gotta have 1,000.
What?
Yeah.
And so, yep. And so, yeah.
Mommy, we are not playing right now.
It's a fun thing. So you have to tune in before, and maybe there will be something there having to do with who knows, duties in Glass Butte or animals or something. But yeah,
Not all
animal
together.
duties at Glass Butte.
There you go. It could be everything, all the good things rolled into one. So, anyways, yeah, that's another thing.
I forget that that's a feature. I've never done that.
I like it. Yeah, I've thrown some trailers up, and I enjoy watching other people's trailers as well.
I'll have to try that out.
I've never done it. I forgot it was the thing. I should probably try that.
It's extra work, so
I think that's why. I think that's probably why.
But so the week before last, we kind of talked about books, and so Kurt and Rob / Theo, we want to know what your book or books recommendations are. So Kurt, we'll start with you.
Okay, well, I know Rob's gonna say this, but like when I first started out, I got a book. I like the books that I own are Colorado Rockhounding, and is it New England or yes, New England Rockhounding, and then the geology, Roadside Geology of Colorado. I will use those sometimes to look at places when I'm like not when like if you're not sure where to go, I'll look at the books, but don't just use the books as a one time, like see a location, go there, do other research on that location, because the property owners could have changed, or some of the locations in this books show it's BLM land, but now it's conservation land, and which is protected, and you're not allowed to go rock hounding on. And others locations have turned to private claims, and there's claims there. So always do extra research, and use the web, use all resources that you have. Don't just go to books. And like going through school, I've always had a really hard time reading books because of dyslexia, and I lose track. I'll start first paragraph, and then my mind is somewhere else, and I can't read books basically. I just can't stay focused, so I just will mainly use the web and other sources to look for rock hounding locations and so forth. So
no, that's That's very good because I think even Jared on his channel he had made a point to say that the locational books are good. It's just like you said, things change, and it's not easy to just go and update a location book.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Impossible. So and I think that the web is also, there's such a variety there that you're going to find what you're looking for. Sometimes looking through a book is a needle in a haystack. You're looking for something specific, and it can be difficult to hone in, whereas your Google searching skills are, it's kind of like a salad bar. If you get a bad salad at a salad bar, you only have yourself to blame on that one.
Yeah.
You're probably going to find what you're looking for, though.
Absolutely.
So speaking of online recommendations, Rob.
My book recommendation is the largest book in existence, and that is Google.
By Google.
authored by Google. Publisher is Google. No, I have some books, like I have the Rock.Hounding Montana book. It was great when I first started, and I still use it sometimes when I'm like out in other parts of the state that I don't normally go to. But some of those spots are super outdated. Like when you cross-reference those spots with an app like Onyx, you could find that those sites aren't public anymore at all. So yeah, that print goes out of date. And another thing, I was telling them earlier before we started the podcast, that book is very Montanan because the best sites that I personally go to are not mentioned whatsoever in that book. That is a foot in the door book. It is not like a comprehensive guide on how to rock hound in Montana. So again, you need the internet to actually get, like, if you're just like gonna do a road trip through Montana, it's great. It's good for little quick stops, but that doesn't list a single place other than one fishing access on the Yellowstone. Everywhere it lists on the Yellowstone is a fishing access. There are dozens, if not like 100 different sites on the Yellowstone that you can go to and access not via fishing access, like public land. But the book doesn't tell you that, because the book doesn't want you to know that. Another big one is Bear Canyon is not mentioned in any books in Montana, even though it's public land. Again, Montanans don't want you to know about Bear Canyon. Another one I use is it's the geology of the Fort Pierre Shale, and that is just purely for identifying my ammonite, bagulite, and marine specimens from Montana and South Dakota. Other than that, I have a Fairburn book that I have not opened yet, because I know the moment I read it, I'm gonna need to plan a trip to South Dakota, and I can't do that at the moment. So, but other than those big three, I want to get Montana Roadside Geology. I just haven't yet. Other than those three, literally all of my research is on the internet, because it's way easier to cross-reference and find up-to-date information, and like Karen was saying, find information specific to what you're looking for, like not in a ballpark, but literally what you want to find. You can ask a question and have it answered in seconds instead of going. And I'm also one of those people that is of the mind that why should I pay for a book that might not answer my question when I can spend 20 minutes on the internet searching stuff and find my answer for free? So
Free is good.
Yeah. And, another reason to love the internet. I feel like I have a lot of rock knowledge and lapidary knowledge, a little bit less than that lapidary. I have a lot of fossil knowledge. I do not own a single book for any of those topics. That was all internet. So internet's a great resource. And the beauty of it is you don't need to go out and like buy a bunch of books so you can get your foot in the door. You literally have all of this information at your fingertip on your cell phone. So just ask questions. Always ask questions. Be curious. Google is your friend if you know how to use it properly. Don't go to Reddit for information. You will not find reliable answers.
I never really been one for Reddit. I think I went on the page once and like, nah. Haven't been back since.
I like Reddit for certain things, but like if you want like real information, yeah, don't bother. Like when I was younger, I would go to Reddit for like video game news and information, just because there was other gamers that wanted to know the same information, so you can find that really quick. But like if you're looking for like real, like serious question information, yeah, don't go to Reddit, because you're just getting some keyboard warrior telling you this stuff who has no, credentials to be saying those things.
Fair point.
Yeah. I've got no problem with Reddit. It's just don't use it as a source of information.
Well, that makes sense. Karen, did you have any add-ons to book recommendations at all?
I did. Yeah, I love Google and I spend a huge amount of time researching on it. And I agree completely with Kurt and Theo as far as being able to have a wonderful capability of access. And things are even getting better in some genres. And I don't know if Theo's really ran into this before, but in some scientific genres, you can't find something online because there's a little gatekeeping as far as academia goes.
Yep. I have
Yeah.
absolutely run into that.
Yeah. So in that regard, I have to be a little bit retroactive. And so I actually I have here the reference material for the foraminifera. Boop. It looks like it's backwards. And so in this case, there's a wonderful online resource. If you know what forum you have, you can go ahead and look up that forum and get wonderful information about it. But if you don't know what forum you have, it would be like looking through like seriously thousands of them to be able to, on their database, you'd have to, go through every picture to find it. And so sometimes opening up a book that is from academia, if you can get it, I got myself a special library card to the OSU research library that we have here on the marine stuff. And so like, yay. But so in some cases a book might be better, and in other cases it would be great to just be able to look it up online. As I get smarter about the forums, I'll be able to look it up directly. But right now they're kind of a needle in a haystack, and like we're talking about nanometer.
Yeah, I feel like forums got to be something harder to like search online, just because you probably get less results for forums than like I say get for like ammonites. You can have to wade through a sea of ammonite information. I feel like forums are probably a little more niche.
They're a little more
they're so
niche.
Cool though.
Yeah, and then also you have less people arguing about them on the forums. Like the forums, like the fossil forum. Yeah. You've got all these people that are somewhat knowledgeable, even, if you go to like the fossil forum or something like that.
Yeah, I trust the fossil forum.
Totally.
Yeah, they're great.
Yes. And so there's a place online where you can at least hone in. That's a wonderful resource. And so anyways, Roadside Geology. If you don't have the hookup as you're driving down the road, it's really, really nice to have a book. If you've got the Roadside Geology to your state, and they're constantly updating those ones. And so that's kind of nice, because then you have something that you can open up to, like I'm on this highway and I want to know about the geology right here. And especially if you're trying to hone in on certain geology, like fossil bearing things and whatnot, it's nice to have that. And then the last one, see, 2 weeks ago when we were talking about this before, I was kind of caught unawares. And so I actually just shared the books that were on my desk at that moment. And of course it was like a fossil book and a geology book, surprise, surprise. But these are the ones I would have chosen to share. The geology, these rocks, minerals, and geology of the Pacific Northwest, a fairly new book and a wonderful resource. Once again, if you're like actually out in the field, like say camping or something like that, and you found some mystery minerals, this one's zeolite, and okay. So it's kind of nice to have a thing that you can page through, especially if you don't have internet connection in the middle of the rabbit hills, say looking for sunstones or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was my book share. And thank you again, Jared of Currently Rock Hounding, for making the suggestion about talking about the books. And once again, we'd love to invite you guys in the comments if you have some books that you want to share with us all. It's awesome to share, like the resource of somebody else can be so delightful if we don't know about it already. So, yep, that's it.
Well, thank you for that recommendation.
Yeah.
Me?
You.
I mean, I kind of used up all my book recommend my best ones last week before last.
So go check it out.
Yeah, so go check out the week before last episode. It'd be the episode 64. But I mean, other than that, I do also have a couple of the Rock Hounding Oregon books. I have the Gem Trails of Oregon by Garrett Romaine, and I have Rock Hounding Oregon by Lars Johnson.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things where you have to double check with Google just to make sure that those places aren't shut down.
Yeah, there's already ones that are fictitious anymore in those. Yeah.
Does a folder filled with printed sheets of faceting templates count as a book?
I don't see why not.
Because I have a stack like that thick of faceting templates.
Yeah, one that you're sharing with me.
Oh, it's so I'll send you that one. It's so cool.
Yeah, can't
We're
wait.
doing it again with a colored stone and bigger, but I'll talk more about that during show and tell.
Do it.
Is that a good segue into show and tell?
Yes.
Are we to that point yet?
Yes, let's do it. Show and tell.
Find out next week.
Right. Find out in the shouts next week. If we ever
Next week.
Yeah.
So are we starting with who are we starting with?
Go Karen first, and then Kurt, you, and then myself.
This is Maury. He's named after Maury Mountain, Moss Agate.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's so
gosh.
cute.
That's ridiculous.
He looks like Baby Yoda right now.
But is like the only black on his face?
He's got
Oh, black dot.
a black dot on his hind, and then he's like a tricolor, but mostly blue. But the reason why I brought Maury,
Look at that face.
Look at that face.
he's the most symmetrical that we got. Like he has like kind of perfect markings, but he also, his ears are up. They just came up. Like all the rest of the puppies, their ears are still down.
Yeah.
And like that, he's advanced. He's the smallest. He's the last of the litter, and he was the smallest of the litter, and yet he's the first one with his ears up.
He's a trendsetter.
Look at
He's such a
him.
beautiful dog.
So
He's so cute.
Yeah, and
Gosh.
obviously he's really chill.
Yeah.
He loves to chew on people's toes, though. Yeah, he's
He looks
definitely.
so innocent.
Yeah, don't be fooled. So right now they just turned 6 weeks old, and so they're almost completely weaned, and they are eating like solid kibble, but they kind of like it better if I throw it in the blender for just like a couple pulses with some water, so that like it's just easier to chew. But they've got like, do you want to chew on my finger? They've got like,
so chill.
yeah.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah, they look like fruit bats. I mean, they definitely have their vampire fangs in like full effect. I actually got bit by one of them, like right there. You can see, like they've been biting on my face because I have to hold them like this. Like,
Well, yeah, you have to. It's not optional.
Like, "Gah," you know, you get bit, but like, of course, I'm gonna let him. And there's 7 of them, so they all get a chunk of your face. But
I remember when I was a kid and we'd have litters, my arms would be like just a mess because I'd be wrestling the puppies all the time.
Yeah.
My gosh, the face!
You can't say no to that face.
Oh
No,
my
you
gosh, that's ridiculous.
Hey, stop it.
That's absurd. It's so cute.
Yeah, he's got a nice little smile too.
It's so
smile.
mellow.
Yeah. Yeah, they're it's all I can do to not just like plump them all on my bed.
I would get nothing done.
Yeah.
I would get nothing done.
They're the most fun now. They of course they play with each other. They come sometimes when you call. They're starting to like learn commands and stuff and know their names. And anyways, yeah, I could go on and on. They're really great.
They're so dang cute. Yeah, I'd get that like we were talking about earlier about having videos in advance. That is why you get videos in advance. So you can just like quit making videos for 8 weeks so that you can enjoy the puppies the whole time and just play with them nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tempted to
So
have
freaking
like
cute.
a puppy channel because I've got a ton of footage. You can only imagine. That's what I've been up to. Okay,
gosh.
everybody. Say bye, Maury.
Bye.
Hi, Maury.
Bye.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Aw,
Welcome back.
What happened?
You left. And I was
Oh, okay.
offended. Sorry.
Totally. All right, and then puppies wasn't the only game in town this week. We have been working on some polishing, so you guys probably recognize some of the petrified wood that I got from the Willamette Valley, and we got that cut. And so I ended up getting a wet angle grinder. Thank you, Kyle, for the wonderful suggestion. He suggested which one I get. And so this piece started like this and ended up like this.
Yeah, I saw that one
shiny.
on
Wow.
Instagram. It's so nice.
I love this tool. So look at it. Oh, wait. Can you guys see yourself?
Yep, I can see myself.
Yeah.
Hi, Kurt.
I thought it was funny because, like, the day after you told us that you ordered that, I got a text from Montana Rock Mom, and she got one too. And she's like, "You gotta come over, and we gotta have a polishing party." We're actually gonna do that tomorrow, but it's gonna be like 70, and that thing gets you soaked. So we're like, "Yeah, we're gonna wait till it's warm."
Yeah. Well, plastic apron and you're good to go. Like I was not cold, and it's still Oregon, and so even when it's hot, it's cold here.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was amazed. I was so amazed at the incredible shine that this thing was able to pull up. I think I took about an hour, and I was stopping and going, and so it took longer than that. But the consolidated time that I was actually doing the polishing was just like so short for that whole piece. Like you guys have the flat laps, and something like that would take you just painfully long.
Yep.
Which is exactly why I want one of those angle grinder setups. Everything I've heard is that they're like a fraction of the time.
Serious giddiness, ensued. I was just like, looking at everything, and since my mom was here, I had to use restraint and only polish the one thing, because didn't want her to get totally bored because we couldn't both be polishing at the same time or whatever. But the wet angle grinder is definitely a game changer for folks, and it's going to make the next lamp that I make so much nicer to make.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
big
I want one of those
slabs.
things so bad.
Yeah. I'm like looking at the big slabs that I have and just going, oh, cake.
Yeah.
Total cakewalk.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm thinking of those big iris slabs that I have no way of polishing, and it's like, oh, I need one.
All right. So we should really quick get the podcast like, it's Amazon, whatever, like sales credit, or because we're all a big fan. You guys everybody watching needs to go out and get a wet angle grinder.
Yep.
Do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my shows and tells. Puppies and petrified wood.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, thank you.
Kurt,
Oh, thank you.
Kurt's like, what's up?
Power of the pause.
My mind went blank and the test is like, show and tell.
I think I need somebody off stage.
I was gonna
help
say
me
that
out,
helped
too.
me so much.
Has made mention that she wouldn't mind being on the podcast at some point.
We
Come
should
on,
have a
Amy.
spouse episode.
Yeah. Although Steve would absolutely not come on.
I was
he
gonna
might,
say, I doubt I could get Alexis on
Yeah.
here for like 5-10 minutes. But.
he might sit like slightly like so that you could see just part of his body like right there, like in the background. And so that might happen.
I was gonna say Alexis would probably sit with me, but I doubt she'd do much talking.
Yeah.
Just give Steve a sock puppet.
That he might enjoy, or he might just sit off like right there with a puppy, like maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, Kurt. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I'm just gonna go through this quickly. So the first piece, this is a piece of agate on one of the most recent rock hunts we went on. Tess found this piece and it had a bunch of calcite there on this side with another piece of agate. And when I got home, I wanted to clean it up, so I put it in some muriatic acid, which separated the two pieces, and found there's this little bitty crinoid fossil right here.
Oh,
Which was covered
cool.
up. Super cool to find. And then the rest of it, this isn't fully polished. This is only up to about 600 right now, so I still have a little bit left to do. But I was looking at the details underneath like a 60 times like magnifying glass, and I noticed there's a lot of really fine detail in between these black lines, where it looks almost kind of like the shape horn coral has.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like that. Like you can see fine detail of like fibrous like cells in a way, and I think this could be agatized coral.
Wow.
And still, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a little bit more research on this one. And then the second piece is this is a piece of Blue Mountain picture jasper. I think from out there in Oregon. And this was originally wrapped, but I didn't like the way I did the back side of it, so I re-wrapped it. So this is what it looks like right now.
Gorgeous.
And then the back of it's a little bit easier, better
Really
done.
nice.
Wraps always look so good.
Turned out nice.
No, right?
Thank you.
Magical.
If I have a tutorial in front of me, I can follow it and get good results. But I can't, like, the fabricating your own designs, just like that hurts my brain a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I just kind of like this one. I first tried it. This was a design that I just kind of came to me. I tried it on a piece that I made for Tess, and then I started trying them out more, and then they're getting easier. But it keeps like really nice, clean, like design, and lets us stone stand it. Because I don't like the ones that are like overcomplicated, to where it's like a ton of wire wrapping and it like covers up most of the
yeah,
stone.
it's like a pendant like this big, and you've got a stone like this big,
Yeah.
and it's just all like crazy wire. They're cool, but yeah, it's definitely not my style.
Yeah, same.
I'm imagining Tess looking like Mr. T. Like she's probably got like all of these awesome pieces of jewelry.
Yeah.
Does she wear them all at the same time?
I was gonna say the important question is: does she pity a fool?
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll have to ask her on the spouse. You know,
Yeah.
Maybe
This
she can
is
come wearing
the
them all.
first question.
could she? That would be rad.
The third one is this piece of jasper. It has a picture scene on it. This was found at the same location of the first like agatized coral in this next one, but it kind of has like a picture scene where like the brown is the landscape, and then like the night sky, and then so I'm gonna try and grind down and polish this piece. So that one's a really cool one to find. I like to find more of it if there's more out there. And then so like
Just putting it out there. I would like more of that.
yeah, I'd love more of this if I can find it. Like it's weird because this location, it's up on a hillside. All of these rocks are river tumbled. And I was looking at the geology of this area, and it's, I want to say it's between like 9 to 2.5, 2.885, I think. So it's near around the quaternary era. But all of these rocks are probably from somewhere on the other side of the state. Who knows what the Ming River tumbled.
Cool.
So I don't know if I'll actually be able to figure out the time the fossil is from and whatnot. But yeah. And then the fourth one is also found in the same area. It's just a large piece of black agate. It has some beautiful where the whites kind of mix in with the blacks, and to me, it just feels like a special stone. So kind of a cool piece. I plan to cut it in half and then tumble it and just see what it looks like, because it's like, you know how when you have a stone and it's fractured, you like on the face of it, you can't really see the fine details, but when it's cut, you see like every little perfect fine detail. So I just kind of want to cut it in half, see what it looks like, and then tumble the two sides.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah, those are my 4 show and tells.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Kurt, for your show and tells.
Yes.
Comes down to Rob now.
Which one do I start with? Is the question, I think.
The pills.
Yeah, we want to see the capsules.
Actually, we'll go in chronological order. So I went to Bear Canyon 2 weeks ago, and we'll be going again Monday. Travis, I need to get a hold of you. So if you're watching this and I still haven't messaged you, please message me after the podcast, because I will probably forget again. We found some fantastic Bear Canyons. Do you see that sparkle? See all that sparkle?
So sparkle.
Those are all amethyst. And of course, the pocket is too dark to like really show, but yeah. And you can see the black fortifications, which will be fantastic once I polish it. And this piece came from a rock about this much bigger. Like, this was literally just the very tip.
No.
It's the biggest and densest Bear Canyon I've ever found. Well, I guess I found bigger Bear Canyons, but they were like super light and like low grade, kind of like crumbly druzy stuff. I've never found one that big, that dense before. So I have really high hopes. I'm going to be cutting that one as soon as I can, because if this is any indicator, that thing is going to be crazy.
Need a wet angle grinder for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to take it to Kim's, and we're going to shave it just like right there so I can get a level face.
Yeah.
And then polish
Party
it.
at Kim's.
It's going to be so nice. Yeah, we might have to reschedule considering the weather, but because it's also supposed to be super windy, and that when you're wet and it's like low 70s and 25-mile-an-hour winds, you get cold real quick.
Yep, tell me about it.
And then, so last week when we went to Butte, Cyrus, one sec, buddy. Sorry, he's just like growling at me. I'm bored. We went and dug in pegmatites for quartz material. So digging for quartz crystals and hard rock mining are two very different things, is one thing that I've learned in my time of rock hunting Montana. I can find crystals every single time without fail at Crystal Park. Like, that's not hard, because there's like some hard rock mining involved, but a lot of it is just like loose and clay and that kind of stuff. The best Smokies in the state require hard rock mining, and it is so challenging to find like where to actually dig, because you could just spend 2 days digging a spot that is completely wrong. This trip marked like I think our 4th or 5th time out there. All of the other Cyrus, come on, 1 sec. Side, go on down. Thank you, buddy. I will let you out right after this. We're not going to be that much longer. He's just sitting there like, anyway, though, we've gone out there so many times with very like not great results. Like, we found some feldspar, we found some veins of smoky quartz, but no crystals. we did good this time. And it was just a scouting trip. So I'm going to be going back very, very soon with the Roto Hammer, and I'm so excited for the results.
Yay,
So,
Roto Hammer.
I'm so excited. It's going to be good. I actually know what I'm doing and where to go now. So yeah, a whole different ballpark. So at first you could see boring pegmatite, right? Well, if you rotate it, that's pegmatite. The black marks are actually black tourmaline. And then when you rock it over onto the tip,
Wow.
those are all
Ooh.
quartz crystals, and all the dark black is all tourmaline crystals.
Oh,
cool.
man.
That's cool.
And if it's, of course, the zoom camera is going to do awful at actually showing that, but those are all quartz points. And all of those, I'm trying to get it to shimmer, because all of those tourmaline crystals have like terminated edges. Like they're not just like rough.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
amazing.
awesome. I didn't bring any, but we also found like some of the coolest feldspar I've ever seen. Like it's so awesome. And then I actually found really nice individual crystal black tourmaline. But the big scores for the trip were these right here.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
that's
nice.
good.
Those are so sharp and black.
So good.
I was gonna say.
So sharp and black.
I wish I had a light. I'm trying to figure out how I can
It's like
do
a
this.
tuxedo.
Because they are so ridiculously clear.
Yeah, you can see
Even
the
as-
quality. That is amazing.
There is literally no imperfections whatsoever in this one. It is a fascinating, great smoky, and I'm so excited about it.
Oh, you're
Like-
getting cut.
Yeah, like probably, yeah.
No.
And this right here is why I'm so
Yes!
excited.
Keep it natural.
I have another
Cut
one
it.
that will stay the way it is.
Wow.
This is actually the nicer of the two. The faces on this one are just outstanding.
But
So one of them is probably going to get faceted, and then one of them will probably get left alone. And again, I am so mad that I didn't remember a little light, because these are just glass. They're like straight up glass grade. They're so nice. There's no imperfections in either of these things. Here's the funny thing. Even like by smoky quartz standards, but even by Montana smoky quartz standards, these are nothing. These are itty bitty babies. They get way bigger than this.
I'm not believing you.
Like,
I'm not believing you.
like we're talking like big points. Like
So
maybe
where
not
they at?
quite as big as the ones. I know where they are, and I'm not telling.
You're not gonna show us.
I will show you in
Field trip.
videos. Yeah, if you guys come out, I'll show you. No, honestly, I say that because I don't really like. I know of some spots, but I don't really. The general area is the Boulder Batholith, which is like the whole area around Butte. So, those of you that live in Montana, look for public land around Butte. That's where you're going to do best. And we were literally digging and splitting the rock to find voids where these perfect little smokies were positioned perfectly in between perfect cubic feldspar crystals.
I am
Wow.
packing
Like
my car right now.
It was so cool. And yeah, I mean, this is like literally probably like a 16th of the size that is out there. So even though these are little, they represent
so
something
bad.
so exciting, because I actually know what I'm doing now. This is our first time out there where we've gotten good results.
Oh, he's got your light for you.
Is that
Yeah.
is that working? Oh. Well, A for effort, either way. So yeah, I was super excited about that. That video is out right now. That was my last video. I didn't, let's see. I was going to say my next video is a Yellowstone hunt that I recorded like 3 months ago. So obviously not doing any hunting on the Yellowstone right now.
Obviously.
What was my last one?
Yeah.
What was my last one? Oh yeah, I faceted a stone, and I love it so much. It was my practice go around. I always practice first with quartz. That video would be playing right now. And yeah, it's called a Pharaoh's Eye cut, and I love it. I love it so
Amazing.
Very beautiful.
Seriously amazing. Yeah.
It was super, super intricate little thing. And I'm so excited to do it again. I have a synthetic ruby that's like just in your face, brilliant, like honey gold. And I am going to do, and it's also like that long. So I
Wow.
can get a much bigger cut out of it. And yeah, I think that bright yellow is going to look so good with the Pharaoh's eye cut. It came out so awesome. It looks just amazing.
You did an awesome job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Actually, I could probably. I don't know how to do that. Never mind. I was gonna say I could share the template, but I don't know how to do that because it's not like a link. It's just a picture that I have.
Well, you can share it with me.
Yeah, I'll share it with you.
Yeah. I'm ready for that.
So instead of putting it in a link somewhere, I will share it with Karen.
Okay. Everybody's satisfied.
Yeah. Everyone happy? All right, moving on. And those are my shows and my tells.
Well, thank you for your show and tells.
Yes.
Mine's pretty easy. I'm just slap some pictures up in front of our faces here because they are very small, and the zoom camera is not going to bother to pick them up. So I went to, like I said, I went and hounded for some pyrite crystals past Sweet Home, and I've been there once before. I've actually been there a few times before, and I thought it'd be just kind of fun to show people where it's at, how easy it is. It is literally an easy rock hounding spot, assuming that the gates are open. Last year, I think I did a quick video of like me trying to go up the mountain, and it was during the fire season, so all the gates are closed down. Tried to go during the winter. The gate was still closed, so it was my third time going up there, and finally was able to get through the gate. I'm like, oh, sweet, here I go. Because I do like to use Google Maps to kind of get look at the satellite view anyway, to kind of see where things are at. Because my memory was still a little bit fuzzy of like how far it is from the gate to the actual spot.
Yeah.
My thought process was like, well, maybe I could just hike my way up to the spot, and like I saw like a mile and a half. I'm like, no, I'm not built for that. So I went ahead and just went up there. Luckily, the gate was open, and like I said, the spot is so easy. You literally can park your vehicle on the side of the road, walk up to this area, and pick the pirate crystals out of the basically the float material that's eroding off the side of the mountain. You can also pick up. You can, if you really want to, you can also use like a pick to like dig in the side of the cliff, but it's not really necessary. I've heard people have used like sifters to sift through the material to get the pyrite crystals. But again, your fingers in a container and just a little bit extra time of just sitting there plucking the pyrite out of the dirt. But that spot, I showed in the video. If you look in the book that's for the gem trails of Oregon, like the cliffside does not even look the same anymore. It's completely different. It's much more worn out, I guess you can say. But you also have to be very careful too, because if you're looking up, there's a lot of like bigger rocks that are kind of could just be. I don't know what kind of material. It's like some kind of weird clay material. But above that, you also have like a lot of dirt, and you have a lot of big boulders. And on top of the hill, you have trees. So especially when we have like our wet season, you don't want to be up against that spot and then have something come out of the mountain, and then you get hurt. You don't want that. I was on TikTok, and someone had posted this spot, and like, hey, wait, that looks familiar. And certainly they hand the camera back. I'm like, oh man, they must have just been there right before I showed up. The only difference in their video was at the top of this cliffside, you can actually get to the base of the very top. In their video, there wasn't a big pile of dirt and rock there, or a tree. And when I was there was actually a big pile of dirt that looked like it had just fallen down with some good sized rocks and a small tree. And I'm like, they must have just been here. Because wasn't that very long ago. But that one I was okay with sharing, because typically I don't put locations in my videos. But that one, it's in both. I think it's actually in one of the rock hounding books. So it was public knowledge, so I went ahead and posted it. But it was an easy rock hounding trip, and I didn't really need the pirate crystals. I actually have a small tray of it myself behind me.
It's just fun to look for, though.
Yeah, pyrite is
Like,
cool.
There's a pyrite gethite pseudomorph that you can find on all of the slopes of Bear Canyon, actually. And I have probably hundreds of pieces of those crystals because they're like perfect cubic crystals, like in clusters. And I probably have hundreds of them, and I still collect every one I see because they're just so cool.
Well, they're pretty.
I just love. Yeah, I love them. They're so cool. They're like perfect, glittery little like
Piece of candy.
dark cube crystals. I love them. They're so cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's really cool because when you if the sun comes out when you're out rock hounding, like on the side of this cliff here, depending on the time of day, but like it just glitters, and I'm like, oh man, distractions. But I also
so pretty.
Yeah. Going back to my truck though, I looked over the side because over the side of the road it goes down to a creek, and I noticed that there's a lot of material also on the side of the off that side. And I was curious if that was maybe just overburden that they just kind of pushed over the side of the road, or people just kind of dump their tailings over the side. It's hard to really know for sure, but I didn't really bother to check the side because it's not safe to, go from the side of the road and like go down. But yeah, that was it was a fun experience, and I think next week's show and tell will be maybe the Ojite crystals from this last week. But yeah, that was my show and tell.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. And then now we get into words of wisdom. Karen.
I'm going to double down on the one that I did 2 weeks ago because it still totally applies. Grab it while you can. You never know when you're going to get another chance. And I've been really enjoying spending the time with my mom. And it had been years since we'd seen each other because of COVID. And so take advantage of every opportunity and just savor every second and minute and hour that you get doing whatever it is that you love to do and with whomever it is that you love doing it with. So that's it.
Excellent words. Thank you. Kurt.
I'll just say something that I've already said earlier in the episode and so forth. But when you're going out looking for rock hounding spots, don't fully trust the book. And if someone tells you online, go check out this place. Always do extra research on that place because someone just told me the other day about a place and they told me it was BLM land. And yes, it's BLM land, but it's conservation land as well. So just always do extra research. Don't trust anyone that tells you that this place is perfectly fine to go. Just do extra research.
Yeah, good
advice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Rob.
I didn't plan ahead, so I'm going to just meme a bit and quote Bear Grylls and say, adapt, improvise, overcome.
It always works in pitch.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever you're in doubt, just say that to yourself. Something will happen. I don't know what.
Whatever you can remember, say it.
Yeah. No, I will say, actually, I can use these. There's crystals in here. It's not just Tylenol. So I use Tylenol as my example. These are a good example. Be tenacious and don't give up, because we went out there like 5 or 6 times over the course of like 3 years before we actually finally got results. And I can tell you from experience now, even though as far as quartz crystals go, these are not special. These little crystals mean a whole lot when you finally find them. It's the start of like, oh my gosh, we can do this. And then you just want to come in. Yeah. It's a good feeling when you finally get results after so many failures. So just keep doing it. Don't give up.
Good advice.
Just do it.
Awesome. Yeah. Do it.
Do it.
Thank you, Rob. I am very ill prepared. Didn't really have any words with me.
Oh, what, dude? Bear Grylls.
If you're feeling down or you're just not feeling well, take a nap. Yeah, you're gonna have stuff that needs to get done, be it chores, clean the house, doing projects, doesn't matter what it is. They will be there when you wake up. So find that bed. Go make it. Go sleep in it. Take a nap. Get better. Feel better. Yeah.
Rinse
Works
repeat.
better.
I guess I have one more word of wisdom, and that's I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Don't lift your arm at a higher angle when you're faceting, otherwise you get cuts on your arm.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got another one.
I do that all the time. Because my
Uh-huh.
arm rests on the rim.
Yeah.
So when it rests, it like punches out a little bit, and then that little bit is touching the edge of the plate.
You need to
So
get
don't
you
be
like,
like-
a leather patch for your.
Just like a welding glove every time
Yeah,
I
there
fasten.
you go. Some gauntlet. It's my
Yeah.
faceting gauntlet. Yeah.
Steel gauntlet. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Sorry. Tangent.
Kurt has something.
I got one more thing to add to mine. When you're going outside right now, it is no-see-em mosquito spider season. Make sure you take some bug spray and spray yourself down. These bites are insanely miserable or annoying and miserable. So bug spray.
So true.
Good words. Or if you're mean, you start. They
Doesn't
won't
always
bite
help.
you if you're dirty. But thank you all for your words of wisdom. Karen, if you do the honors, take us out.
Before we go, if you guys want to join us all week long, go hit the email in the description and join our Discord. And I haven't been there because I've been hanging out with my mom, but there's a bunch of people rocking show and tell all week long, like literally, and having just conversations about just random stuff. And of course, they're our people as far as everybody's chatting the rocks and where to go, and some really good information there as well. So email us and I will invite you to the Discord. It's got like a 48-hour link for the invite, and that same email gets you into our next viewer show and tell. So show us your goods and write us a nice little story about it, and we're compiling that. So as soon as that inbox is full, we will have our next viewer show and tell as well, and you're the star. So
minimum of 10,000 words and 7 paragraphs.
oh my
Please.
gosh. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Somebody's thesis. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You can share it if it's on forums. Like that would be great, actually. But yeah, until then, I hope that everybody's having better weather for rock hounding, and you're getting out there, and it's great if you're coming along with us on our rock hounding journeys for our videos. And so keep rocking, and we will see you next week. Thanks again for the 1,000 subscribers.
Woohoo.
Oh,
What?
What?
yeah.
Oh.
There you go. Proper celebration.
Yeah.
Good night.
There we go.
Bye.
No.